Happy Valentine's Day, friends. So freaking a big thing that happened was, a lot of people are coming at me like, Coy, since you've spoken to a developer, Gray, now you're going to gatekeep the stat system. I did not say I was going to do such a thing. What I said was that Gray was going to make his video and he was going to explain the stat system. But since, like, nobody's patient as hell, freaking I decided, you know what, fine, I'll explain as much as I can, but I'm not giving you the charts, I'm not giving you the data. I'm just going to explain exactly how everything works. And if you don't understand that, or if you want to skip to the end of the video because you don't see little pictures or anything, that's on you. Freaking Gray wants to get this into detail for you guys so you guys can understand the future of the game. I'm just going to explain everything about the entire stat system, okay? So hear me out. Sorry, I'm dining on Valentine's Day chocolates. Freaking. So the first bit is level based leveling. Now, if you do not know, you gain stat points every single time you level. This was what my 3-part series was all about. Whenever you do level up, you get more stats as you level up. How many stats? A lot of people question. Now, it is actually 2.5 stats for every single time that you level up into every single stat. So that means that's your damage, your melee, your key, everything. And this has been leveled out to the point where it does make sense. What didn't make sense was the modifiers used for the PvE content and the skills as of this moment. So take those out of question. Those don't make any sense. Both those things are going to be changing. The bosses today, the what do you call it? The boss modifiers are going to change today. That's guaranteed. What's going to also get changed is the skills, but in a later date. Also, he did leak this, but there are a couple cool things that he did leak out, which is pretty cool. Which was they're gonna implement brand new systems such as a skill mastery system and stuff like that as the game kind of progresses. And updates are going to be coming out a lot faster, but a lot smaller, more as quality of life updates until they actually get to the major updates once everything's kind of like settled in the dust. So as of this moment, right? Um, they have to go back and check out all almost 1,000 moves now and actually balance them all out, which I think they did yesterday. But they're still doing more of that. And then after that, they still have to add the brand new skill mastery system where we're going to be able to take skills to the future areas of the game. So that's very, very important to indicate. Now, what does this mean for your stats as a player? I think that your stats as a player are just as valuable as you think they are. From what we've tested, if things actually do pan out, Glass Cannon will allow you to do 2 times damage, but that is 2 times baseline damage, not 2 times skill damage. Now, the reason I say this is because there's some skills that work completely different than other skills, and we don't know what the final numbers are going to be for those skills when those updates actually drop. But as of this moment, if you are using ultimate abilities, they are going to function completely different as mainline skills. Mainline skills such as Majin Kamehameha, Kamehameha, and others like that are only going to get a 20% increase if you're doing a glass cannon. Unlike ultimate skills and ultimate abilities that end up doing times 2 for some reason. That's just the modifier that we came up with. If you haven't seen Bobby's video, I would totally check out Bobby's video on the skill system and stuff like that. Honestly, it's we took a look and he definitely showcased as much as he could without wasting too much Robux for sure. So freaking, you know, this is like the way that they sorry, the way that they're implementing this new system is so that levels matter more and that you're going to be able to beat the game without levels. But whenever it comes down to PvP and raid content, that's where you're mostly going to be able to put in stat points. But mostly PvP is what they're aiming for. And I think it's quite obvious with the way that they've set up the skills. They want more new skills, more skills that, make the game interesting. But they're also implementing some other stuff, such as some quality of life changes, which are like us being able to see stuff like the what saga certain moves are from and stuff like that. because that's a pretty big one, especially for the shop moves. It's very hard to indicate which ones are from which saga. Sorry, unless you know the character that they're talking about. So, from this point on, right? Sorry, I had to take a sip. From this point on, the things that you need to pay attention to as a brand new leveling player are progressing through the game using whatever brand new skills you get from the newest saga. And I think that, oh, that's actually a very important tidbit that I need to explain. So, with skills from different sagas, skills are going to upgrade whenever it comes down to energy cost. So, the stronger the skill, the more it's going to cost. That's their idea behind it. You're going to be able to upgrade this in the future whenever it comes down to, whenever we actually get our hands on the mastery system for mastering skills. But as of this moment, it's going to be the highest paid skill, such as like 25 key, stuff like that. As you get further into the game, you're going to be able to put like more stats and more stats into key control and stuff like that, and be able to spam stronger moves compared to older moves. Now, might this be different? Might this like change just a little bit depending on the move, the circumstance? Yes. But there's no way to tell for sure or indicate exactly how this is going to change the main game until we actually get this update of every single style in not style, every single skill in the game getting changed mathematically first, because a lot of them are unbalanced as hell. And I'm gonna be entirely real with that. Like, a lot of them are unbalanced. Everyone already said this. They're all unbalanced as hell. So with that being the case, you just got to get ready for this update. Now, last tidbit. What does this mean for the average player? Koi, should I be spending my stats? Should I be dropping all my stats into key? Should I be dropping all my stats into HP? Honestly, if I'm going to be entirely honest with you guys, I would just save your stats. Get better at the game. Get ready to be able to progress the game with no stats, the way I did, because the game's only going to get easier from here PvE wise. And when it comes down to PvP, that's when we'll discuss stats. That's when we'll discuss what's going to cost a lot more, what races are going to need what. There's going to be a lot more like need for dedication towards specific races in order for us to see the actual highlights of different builds. Because I can make like a better understanding of every single build in the game. But first, we need to see what the brand new end game looks like, where our skills going to take us, and pretty much like what's going to happen for PvE content, especially raids. Are those going to change substantially as well? Because as of this moment, the modifiers were, uh, you know, point 25 times stronger than you, 2 times stronger than you, 3 times stronger than you, 5 times stronger than you, 7 times stronger than you. So, it's going to be a lot to think about, really. So now that that's being changed down to a more substantial level and we're going to be able to actually compete with the game, I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Peace out.